talking about how Mr. Bwaka have decided, has told his justice minister to arrest me. And I want to say to Mr. Bwaka, I want to challenge you. Because in the first place, to arrest me for treason, that means Liberia and Guinea are war. So while you coming to arrest me, you need to declare that Liberia is at war. You need to understand that. And I also want you to understand, Bojo, you know you're my man. I'm waiting for your call, Bojo. You will call me on the phone. If anybody is afraid of you, Bojo, and I challenge you and your national security to arrest me. It is a challenge. You're gonna do it this week because effective next week, I'll be taking my country tour. Let me officially announce today that the campaign for 2029 is declared open from today. And let me announce today, Bojo, I gave you yellow card. You Bojo. I gave you the first red card. You Bojo. And I gave you the second one. Will expel you for now executive marshal. I gave you one yellow card and two red cards to tell you have been expelled from the executive marshal because you are very incompetent to run this country. It's because you like chaos. You have not done nothing in the country. So you just want class every day. If anybody afraid of you, Bojo, can I hear you? Count me out. Go on. We will test the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court held Prophet Key in contempt. We want to see David Lebelis return that Mr. Richard Kun office received the paper, that the chief clerk office received the paper from the Supreme Court. So, you know, on Monday, Sekou Kane called me. He said, Yeke, we just leaving Joseph Bwaka office across the road from our place. And the Chief Justice was in that meeting. The Chief Justice advised that we should tell the public that we didn't see this paper. I took it for a joke. When you are doing your illegal expulsion and you announce to the people. Then I remember Representative Sekou Kane for District Number 3 said it to me. And I challenge you to deny it. You went to Mr. Bwaka office. Sekou Kane said the Chief Justice was in that meeting. Yami Gbese was in that meeting. And Yami Gbese advised her to tell the Liberian people that you people did not receive the paper. Prophet Key was held in contempt for causing. We want to see what the Supreme Court will do. If they have been disrespected, you think maybe it's about me? It's not about me. We are testing the process to see if we have a Supreme Court or judicial system in the country. Go on. The court said, don't do it. You did it. The investors are coming. The court said, stop. You didn't stop. You said the court said you must move. The investor on the way. Go on. Come and arrest. The investors are coming. You think I'm afraid? People calling me, oh my man, you need to leave the country. Just get in one car. Let's get you to the border. I will never leave the Liberian people here. If I still wanted to be representative, when people call me, go and lay down on Mr. Bwaka. Do I know that Jojo, Mr. Bwaka steps up to go lay down on Mr. Bwaka foot? Do I know that Jojo, Mr. Bwaka steps up to go lay down on Mr. Bwaka foot? The day I leave politics, the Liberian people will look for me in the dark. Because I'm consistent. I can never ever put my belly in the wheelbarrow to remain being representative. We know that you people carry on your illegal process. Up to now, Codis are saying they did not sign. Our rules are very clear. On the matters, you have to say, Mr. Bwaka, Tamabuno made Mr. Bwaka pray here, or he say, yeah, my name. Answer. Was that done? No. You call people name, you say, sir, and the people are distancing themselves for that list. So Supreme Court, make the investors to come. You think it's about me? I listen to Tewa Gongo there. Trying to make the input. Spoil the justice system because of Yeke. Mr. Bwaka, we hereby declare you expelled from the executive mansion. You get 2 red cards, 1 yellow card. I hereby open campaign today for 2029. Mr. Bwaka, we will expel you from that executive mansion politically. You will be expelled from that executive mansion, and you will be prosecuted for disrespecting and abusing the laws of this country. Watch the process and see. And you say, you will arrest me this week. So we charge a man with treason. You know what they call treason? Do you know what they call treason? So you telling Guinea that Liberia and Guinea are war? Expel the ambassador from here. They will make you serious. I will put a lot of things on my page, on my phone. Map to prove that I water. The map, I will put it on my page today to prove that the water is not the boundary between Liberia and Guinea. Yes. I will prove that the map say the boundary is in Liberia. I will put it on my page today. I get it here. I'll put it on my page today. Mr. Bwaka, you need to come out and tell the Liberian people what's the situation. Start running after me. You say you want a job. Oh, I will tell a job for the mail will not talk. Mr. Bwaka, you loud. Because you put illegally took the job. Never our law. You cannot write me, you say when you come into the hearing, come with your lawyer. You think my lawyers, my counselor, don't let TV, they just sit there and be watching movies? You're making fun. Bojo. Hey, Bojo. Bojo, you can call me, we'll talk. But when you call me, I will tell the people that Bojo call me. All the people that call me from Unity Party, I will not expose the name. Ask some people in your Unity Party. 4 days before we open, I have meeting with some of them. Yeah, I have somebody in my car to take the person picture to where we have a meeting, so the person can never deny it. And I will not call a name. I listen to the chairman Tapper saying, oh, Unity Party, now part your removal, not part. That's true. Chairman, oh, but chairman, my man, you know we can talk. You know I know. You went and told Mr. Bwaka, that criminal Joseph Bwaka, to stop what he's doing. He said he will do it. I know you are now part of it. Bwaka, you want to say that and boss it? Oh, we're arrested, man. The man got to leave the country. Don't go where? You think I want job? Tell me that I will lay down on your foot. Let the man you can lay down on. Look at you talking, getting what battery go low. In car tape. I mean, in tape in the horse. Hey, man, you can lay down on my foot. Then I will show to the public that yeah, I subdue him. He can make it. Bwaka, the day I lay down on your foot, my day I lay on your foot. What's wrong with you? Do I look like your son? Do I look like your small boy? Bwaka, do I look like your small boy? Bojo, you got 2 red cards. Bojo, you got 2 red cards. 1 yellow card, 2 red cards. So we'll delete you for that version politically 2029. Let me say to my supporters, I want to start my country tour next week. So if you don't arrest me this week, I'm going to country. So I'm picking up next week. I'm moving from country to country. Bojo, you know that I'm stubborn. And you know that I'm stubborn. You know very well how I brought you to power. You know I'm stubborn. You know I let a fight, Bojo. I will beat you politically. Hey, Bojo, you must say yourself. You're making fun. They play fun and you not know it. passing around making people, putting it on social media. We arrest the man this week. Oh, but you get the power, you don't know you can arrest me for treason before you even get that illegal removal. I will not involve the law to be arrested for treason, but you know you got one evidence to arrest me for treason. Because before you arrest me, that means you have to declare that Guinea and Liberia are war. So declare now, so you can arrest me. Then you have to expel the Guinea ambassador that here. The Guinea ambassador, you need to close it down. Because we are at war. Let me say to my people, Guinea and Liberia are not at war. But Joseph Boakai is playing game with this country. Mr. Boakai, you need to tell the people why Doumbouya gave you cars. Do you care to let the Liberian people know why Doumbouya gave you cars? Do you care to tell the Liberian people? Or you want to tell them? Madam Foreign Minister, you need to tell the Liberian people when you went to Guinea, what document the post show you? What document they show you? That convince you to know that the demarcation is in Liberia. That convince you to know. So my only information I get, my only paper I get, I will put it there. You disagree with my own and tell the Liberian say they think you can put it not true. What are you running after school journalism for? Joseph Boakai, you think how you run the country? You running after journalists for report.
Ministers of the Global Liberia. Great to have all of you on the ceiling. My name is Stephen Bain. I'm your regular host of the Heat Hour Show here on BKS TV. We just a dialogue and our confrontation. In that bullet. Today's edition of the show will be hosting Liberia's prominent businessman. Money on we now they see their face for crime fighter. Tell me something I don't know individual in the Liberia business industry who resides in Nema County. Mr. Ferry L. Dekpa. He's going to be our guest here tonight on the show. We'll be discussing business purely. Rich man go dey alakwea, poor man go dey sound. They gonna lead us well. Don't let this nation to fall inside well. Mr. President, lead us well. If you be governor, govern us well. If you be senator, senator well. If you be police well. Now they take bribe. They lead us well. Govern us well. If you be senator, senator well. If you be police well. Now they take bribe. Brother, transportation not day, and our road is not good. Want about the NEPA people, no get light. Everybody just say Allah. When not they, it's Ferry Dekpa. How we want to survive. Mr. Ferry Dekpa is the Chief Executive Officer. He's ready for what? But that's what not day now. Dectile Loan Corporation. How we want to survive. He will be reported by other news platforms in Liberia. He's in the process of establishing a microfinance institution in Nema County. Policeman go see white, he go tell you say. Just so you know that the Dectile Loan Corporation is involved with a lot of things. The Chief Executive Officer will be our guest here tonight on the show. And of course, we're going to be asking him all of the questions. Such as, who is Mr. Ferry Dekpa? How did the name Ferry Dekpa become a prominent name in Liberia? And so these plus many more will be our discussion here tonight. Police well, not the thing right. Lead us well, govern us well. If you listen to well, police well, not the thing right. I like the way Punka say the name of the party. People destroying people. 6 minutes past 8 o'clock. The name of minutes past 8, so we're going to be bringing on our guests here on the show.
Party, election for my country now, party. Wayo, arranging on me. People wait for them things till they live in pain. This not disgrace, I am so ashamed. Don't collect shop permit, collect trading permit, radio permit. You see the bun shop, you want tell me say you don't know when them pay. Why you they make us they live in pain? Make on a lead us well. No let this.
Well, we want to say welcome to the show here this evening, and it's great to have all of you here tonight. Like we said, Mr. Ferry L. Dekba will be our guest here on the show. And the little time we're going to have with him, we'll be discussing business. So just in case you're a young entrepreneur interested in, building or establishing a business in Liberia and wanting a free knowledge on entrepreneurship, a free knowledge on how to maneuver your way through the business industry of Liberia, you can join the show here tonight. At a certain point in time, we'll declare the lines open. Our guys from Buto, Nima County, Voice of BKS relaying the show, and Voice of Tapata also relaying the show here this evening. Without further ado, let me bring on Mr. Dekba as we get started the show here this evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
How you doing this evening, Chief?
I'm doing very good.
Well, it's great to have you on the show here this evening. And of course, we want to say thank you for everything you're doing in Liberia, in Nima as well. A lot of people listening tonight have heard the name Ferry Dekba, in the media, or maybe they have seen you somewhere before, but they cannot recognize you and all of that. Can you briefly introduce yourself to us? What's your name, where you hail from in Nima, when you started your business and all of that? Let's start a conversation from there.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being on your show tonight, and I'm grateful for that. Having said that, my name is Ferilia Dopo Dekba. I hail from district number 9, Zia to be specific. I live in Ganta. I'm doing business. I got a business called Decta Incorporated. It's a corporation that is into few things, something like hotel, general merchandise, and then I'm into the hospitality business as well, real estate. And currently my focus now is the microfinance. Sometime back, we started as a petite trader, and then over the time, we started transitioning small, from the market to the store, from the store to an office, and now we have what we call the microfinance that we are about to launch. Because few months back, Central Bank, we applied to Central Bank because as a business, when you are growing, you think big. And so we started this whole LPA thing. I saw my brother and friend, my big brother, Sam Brown, in it. And so I entered into it. I felt it was a good business to venture into. So after quite a while, I decided to improve the business, to bring it to a more modern structure. And so right now, as we speak, I'm operating in a commercial complex that was built by me, that was opened last year, January. And so there we go. We have to apply to Central Bank so that they can give us microfinance status. Because our dream is maybe to transition again to another level, maybe as a Liberian in Ibadan, to open a bank. So that's where we are. So far, that's my introduction, and that's what I'm doing.
Well, thank you for being on here this evening, and let me welcome to the show our CEO, Mr. Alvin Seka Jr., as we continue here this evening. CEO, you want to say something before we continue?
Yeah, just Oh my God! Just want to say thanks to our brother for taking up his time. I know with his busy schedule. I'm sorry. Let me take care of my baby here real quick. I put on.
Okay, great. So, Mr. Dekba, once again, welcome to the show. We'll be discussing business purely. But let's start firstly with the name Dekta. How did you come up with that name, Dekta? And we are told that you run a corporation. How many people have a share within the company?
The company is a family company, and so is my wife and my two children. My biggest son, Taro Nyan Dekpa, and Ferris Leah Doko Dekpa Jr., along with my wife. So on a corporation document, it's a family corporation. Though as we grow bigger, we have the intention of bringing other people on board. Because the thing about it, when one person is doing something, sometimes the knowledge that other people have, you will want it. And so it's necessary, if you have the capital, you can take other people's knowledge to blend it together so that you can make it more better. But right now, as we speak, the name is Dekta, which is my last name, plus my madam father's name. At the time, we have not got married, and so she was known Tapia, and I'm very dear to put Dekpa. So we have to use our both last name to abbreviate it so that we can give it a name called Dekta. The Dekta stand for Dekpa, and the Ta is the Tapia. So that's what the name stands for.
Great. Now, give us a little story of yourself. How did you venture into business and what have kept you going from, a merchant now to a CEO?
Coming up as a child, I was born right here in Ganta, and so my parents were business people. My father, Emmanuel Krati Depa, he once worked with Lebanese people those days before the war. And so when he was working with the Lebanese, he had a business right in front of the store. The Lebanese man was selling lapa, and so in front of the store, he just opened something at Wheeler Market, and then after a certain time, it started growing and it became a bigger table market. And so we were managing it as children those days. And later, when the Lebanese men left, my father then transitioned to what we call, tailoring. He was sewing at the same time selling it. So those days, we managed, since indeed coming up as a child, when you were your parents, what they do, sometimes you follow them and copy it from them. And before the war, we started sewing and selling. I remember those days when I used to go from market to market. I once upon a time went to Tapeta, and that day, that season was a very great season. When I came from there, my father was very much happy because everything that I carried, the clothes, everything got finished. So the war came, and then we went to my mother's home locally. After a year, my father started buying cocoa. So when he bought the cocoa, I decided I was the one that he would use to carry to Ivory Coast to go and sell. And by that time, my late uncle, Mohandas Dekba, was living in Benue. So when I used to go to Benue, I would stay with my uncle, and then I see him, spend some time with him. From one thing to another, he encouraged me and said, "Look, my man, you are a young man. Since ADRA is operating something here, the school, I think it's better for you to come here to go to school." And so I had to leave from Law Place, go to Benway, and school there, graduated there, and then I returned 1995. When I came back, nothing doing. Somebody graduated from school, nothing you have to push yourself further, maybe to go to college. And so when I came, I decided to just go to my mother back home and then look for something small. Went to my uncle to the gold mine, and I was able to get something and go to Guinea. Started selling. What I started as a kid with my father, I started to practice it myself. And that's how it started. And we started selling from market to market. We used to go to JK to buy from JK, then we go to Flompa, Tapeta, Seklepi, Ban, all the other community area during market days. And from there, we started growing. And so after a certain time, when you grow, when the market start growing, then you start thinking what else to do. So instead of going to the market, I decided to open a shop. And then I opened a shop. I remember after the fall of Gamta, it was Prince Howard and I who were the first. Prince was the first person, and later I came and joined him. And then I opened a shop, and then we started selling. So from the shop to a bigger store, from the store to LPA, and now we are talking microfinance. That's how I started.
I know this is a really beautiful success story so far for you, and I'm very impressed with that. Before we go to the other question here, let's get to the CEO. I know you
Yeah.
want to say something there,
You
so
want you want issue? I've someone to bring my guests. Then you want issue on me? You want me to introduce myself at least? Mr. Dekpa, you will relate to this. How long I've been fighting hard to get it, man. Yeah, and that's small thing. DK away when I told you, I said, we're hosting you today. He said, hey, man, to get a people, that people there, they're talking business. Though. I said, we will manage it. But I want to say thank you so much for coming. This is unique to our platform because having someone like you, hosting someone like you with such great success story, it sends message out there to other people, and this gives a huge booster to our platform. And I think my colleagues on here, Mavasin, everyone will relate to that. The show tonight, Mr. Dekpa is being relayed in District 5. Booyah. We have our radio station there. Clinton Jackson is here in studio. And then when I told him that we were hosting you, he was excited. He said, yeah, it will be a good thing because I beat Menel. So we are excited to have you on here tonight. It's going to be really a wonderful show. You will inspire a lot of people. You have already started inspiring a lot of people, and we look forward to this. So I will just jump into my question and let's just lay the foundation for our audience here. I know our host has already started, but my first question to you is, how do you stay humble with such massive success story? I know your background, you just lay it out, where you came from a very humble beginning, and the struggle, it was not just all bread and butter when you were coming up. You saw your old man doing the same business and you learned from it. But not many people will reach to the level you are now and stay humble. How do you add those together? How do you continue to be successful? What people don't even know, they don't know your name. You don't even talk. People don't even know say you even got that there unless they call your name. How do you combine those two? I want to learn from it too.
The thing about it, as a businessman, there's one thing: you have to be disciplined in a sense that, you have to bring yourself down, especially so in a work environment. Because when the people that are surrounding you, when they see you work, when you involve yourself with the work, then they feel more encouraged. Then they feel that, you are giving them pressure to do more. So I like to give attention to my work, and then I like my work to develop the work habit so that the work can just be a hobby that I develop. Sometimes, most time on Sundays, sometimes after church, I will come to the office. Sometimes my friends will be asking me, man, you get spare time to rest. I say, Paul, the thing about it, I'm heading this thing. And so when people leave and go to their very home, it is the time you meditate, you look at some of the work they do, then you go over them. If there are mistakes, then you note them down. Then the following working day, you bring it to their attention, then you correct it. So you have to make yourself busy. And the thing about being humble, if you want to get money or you want to be a money man, you must always respect other people and set that good example. Like I was having conversation with somebody, He said when I traveled to Ghana, I saw one millionaire, the current president brother. I mean, he looks very humble. When you see him, he walk with slipper. I mean, just simple like that. So I was just telling you, I say, look, the thing about money, you don't have to put it on your body for people to know that you got money.
Mhm.
Let people talk about it. You yourself don't need to talk about it. The floor once said when he came for my opening last year, he said, Ferry, the money we look for, we don't enjoy. I mean, in life, there are people who look for money and there are other people who enjoy the money. So you feel happy looking for the money, and then other people too feel happy enjoying the money. So our lifestyle is such that every day you think about how you will add on to what you get. Those people will never get satisfied, but again, I mean, that's why you feel happy about that. You will always be looking for something to add up to it. And so it's good to make yourself humble so that people see you and copy that after you. So that the people in your surrounding, when you do that, then it give you more respect. And I can tell people you to eat too much food, anything for that matter, too much of it can cause problem for you.
Mhm.
Like I was telling my son, I say, you don't enjoy money by cooking plenty heavy food to just eat, or plenty chicken or cow meat and all that kind of stuff. You enjoy money when you spend it on people, or when you make need. When people see you and say, yeah, this man is making need, or he's a help to other people. He impact people's life. That you feel good, unlike yourself taking all the money and put it on yourself or put it in your stomach, and then in the end it create problem for you. So it's good to be humble. You will never see any money man around the world. Most money men, let me put
Right.
it that way, around the world to be flamboyant, to be that kind of person that will carry themselves and make people to know that, I mean, they get money. It is rather their record, or people who follow them can know that, I mean, this guy is a money man.
And I can agree. I won't agree with you more. I have seen that firsthand. I know that firsthand. It is not, especially the country that we live in, Brother Ferry. The money people, you can't even tell. You can't even see them. You see them, you won't even know. Very, very humble. Some very selfless. You barely tell. But they say the people that don't get money, they don't can try to impress. But I will stop there, Junior. I just wanted to start to lay the basis of this interview out with the humbleness of our brother, our father, and then we can continue. So I'll stop here. You move forward with that.
Thank you. Thank you very much again. I want to welcome all the guys to the show here. It's been a long time since I saw my brother, the Tapata ambassador, and he's back. Welcome to the show, Grace. Veteran Marvel Senior, it's great to have you on here tonight too as well. This will be my last question. We'll go to the Fed. Mr. Ferry, you just explained your entire success story, which is really, really amazing. But a lot of young entrepreneurs who wish to be like you, or some way, somehow wants to surpass your success story, will also want to know what are some of those challenges that you faced along the way, and how did you overcome them to become who you are today?
The challenge I encountered along the way, we live in a society where, people, like I always told people, you can do wrong to the next man and expect other people to do you right. Or you can hurt the next man and expect, to get right from somebody, for example. When you treat your fellow man right, that itself will be given back to you. Even if the person does not give it back to you, it will pass through somebody else, or the God we serve alone will be able to be a blessing to you. And so the place I found myself is a business where, is the challenge we get here is that people will come, for example, and take loan. Then you see them, some of them, you will see them right before your eyes. They will misuse it. then they refuse to pay back or they deny you from getting it. And so those are some of the challenges, the main challenge we face. And so that's why even in our society today, I can tell many people the reason why sometimes people will cry from interest rate is because of the market. If the market is, the rate is high, you expect, for the interest rate to be high. But if the rate is lower, then you see more people come and invest their money into the economy or into the country. Then you see interest rate reduce. That's why most of the commercial banks, for example, when it comes to Liberia, if you give out loan and they get more bad loans on the book, the central bank will be discussing with them. We want for you to reduce interest rate. Then their argument now will be they have more bad loans on the book, or the money they invested they were not able to get. So the main challenge I have now, as we speak, into the business that I'm doing, is because most of our people are insincere. When they take money, they don't pay back. So that the challenge will get. And so that's why you see I try to put myself, I can tell people, say, I will only give loan to people that are in government employed. Because when a typical Liberian man, to get them money for them to walk back to you with it is a difficult thing. Because when they come in, most times they will come with excuses. They will tell you, somebody passed for me, my woman pregnant, and all that kind of stuff. So it's a difficult thing. But again, that's where we find ourselves. We only try to find strategy around it to be able to navigate our way through. So the business I'm doing now, I think that's the main challenge, and we hope and pray to keep giving that education to our people so that when you take something from someone, even if things are hard, you don't transfer your problem to the person, because when you do that, then the person carry your load. Then when the problem you suffer from your home, then you share with the person, then it become, a problem for the person. So in my opinion, that's the challenge we get right now, and we must face it as a country. And so most of the time when we go into gathering, like I was in a studio this week, I was just telling people, I say, if all of us, most of us, not all, because in every society you see bad people, right? And most of us in a country or that are in businesses, it will do well, it will only benefit us. Those are all that are doing well. The business that we're doing, if we're doing it well, it will benefit us. But if we would not do it correctly, it will suffer us, because we will not get the kind of people that we want to bring money into our country and invest. So that's the main challenge we have now as a microfinance institution and even the banking institution. That's what we can hear around.
Thank you. Before we go to Vet here, let me inject that. Vet, you give me a little time here. This is business, and that's in my area. So, Mr. Dekwa, you made a point that is very important, and I think it's worth stressing. People have the saying around there in Liberia that says, when Lebanese people come to Liberia, they go to the bank, they will prefer, lending money to the Lebanese people, the foreigners, and other people, rather than lending to our own Liberians. It makes it harder for Liberians to borrow, but other people, when they come in, the Lebanese, the foreigners, Indian people, when they come, they go to the bank, they get money. But the concern has been the same thing you just raised. Some of our people, or most of our people, the issue that we have is people tend to not pay back the loan on time, or even some people can even not even pay it. Would you say that's the case on that small level? Because even the banks are complaining from it, they're saying the same thing, and then a little below them there, you are saying the same thing, and you're also saying that you're trying now to not even loan to people who are not on government payroll, outside of government payroll. How does that go around across, with trying to empower other people, other Liberians who really want to come? They say one apple can spoil the whole apple tree. There are some people who will want to really start business, who are genuine about doing business, but you can't really tell because we are all the same. So how do you try to draw the line there when it comes to that? And also, what's your take or experience when it comes to what people say about Liberians not paying debt completely?
Chief, that's the truth.
Okay.
And most people, most Liberians are really insincere when it comes to paying back people or when it comes to even interacting with them. You will see, like our godfather here, people say, I mean, you bring Lebanese men and putting on top of your hotel, your guest hall, your business, and all that kind of stuff. I agree. Yeah, it's good for us to empower our own people, but a typical Liberian man, you give him job, even if you give him 5,000 US, for example, that man would not want to look at that salary. What you will want to be looking at is what he carries home every day, maybe for the social activity and or all that kind of stuff. But you give job to maybe an Indian or a Lebanese man, maybe you see the passport, you say working for me. I think it would depend on their salary. But that mentality, we just need to create awareness so we can educate our people so that they understand that when you're working for people, I've had the experience. I opened branches. I opened one branch in Maryland. I sent the first guy there. He went and then he mismanaged my business. And then I sent the second guy, our own young brother from this community. He went, he followed the scene, and then they damaged my business in Maryland. I had to close that branch down to look for another friendly location to be able to open another branch. So you see, most of our people, sometimes you can want to help, but again, when you give them that opportunity, they will want to misuse it, thinking that if you're doing business and you're taking the money and just using it any kind of way, the business will grow. I mean, meaning if you using the money, what your income more than maybe the principal or what you put in the business, in the end, you will break down. But some of them don't calculate it that way. So most times you will see Lebanese people will come and infiltrate, and sometimes, a businessman will say, boy, I think I gotta go for this one. For example, other than a business, I'm into a construction now. The building I'm sitting in right now as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
Abele, it is a Nigerian man, Abele. I mean, I was not lucky with our own brothers. I remember the store Taro Inn when I used to be right behind the store. After the road passed from our job, they paved the road. They broke the place down and so we're building it. So I built that first place, and the second one, smaller shop by it, I decided to build it. I was sitting down right behind the store. Samuel High is my witness. He and myself were doing the project together. They say current city mayor. And then we're doing it together. We gave it to a guy to do the construction. I was sitting right behind the guy when I gave him money to go and buy sand. You will take the paper load of sand and divert it to another location. I'm sitting right there. And he did it 2-3 times. And so I got first. I took the job from him. So later when I came across this Nigerian guy, they say Nigerian people are bad too. Don't get me wrong. But I was fortunate to come across one that has been doing very well for me when he came to pay MP gas station in Ghana. And so I came across him. I saw his handwork. And it was interesting to me. So I talked to him. And then he came and started working for me. Since he started working for me, he has been doing 5 horses for me as we speak. And I recommended him to more people. He built for my son Taro, all people connected to me. And he has been doing it well. You can give the man your project, you just sleep. He will just charge you when some material leave over, he give it to you. So if you get that kind of experience, then make it difficult for you to go to your own brother that you want to help. So we just need that education so people understand what belongs to you and what is not yours. When people give you their job, I remember I went out there some time ago. I was just having a conversation with one construction guy. He said they call him no balance. I said, what you mean by no balance? He said, when I pay for people, nothing can leave.
Oh. I thought there's no balance on when you pay for people, the house can get balance, but nothing can leave.
Yeah, so he's talking, we just laugh about it. I say, but if you do that, you pay for people and something remain for them, enough for you, you should give it back to them. Once you and the man talk, and what he get for you is you all come to an agreement, and the man pay you. When you do the man where you get 10, 18, or enough belong to you, that's stealing. And so that's the kind of thing we struggle with in our community. And if you want to help, that's the kind of challenge we have. But again, there are still good people. Yes. As we speak, most of the people are working around me here, no foreigner among them. Though I was saying the other day, I was making decision that I'm building a big structure, maybe 2 years from now, 240 bedroom hotel, 5-story. So that one will be very big. And so few months from now, if I put that one, or maybe I'll be looking for foreigner to manage it for me, but all the other people that will be working there. All the other people that will be working there, there will be our own people, but just somebody that will be able to do the money, to be the head to manage everybody, because sometimes our people can disappoint us just because of that. But again, there are still good people here. We will keep trying. But when you try and then you get it disappointed, then you try to find another way out.
Thank you so much.
Well, I think Nima will be the next destination for Liberia, because with the things you guys are doing, the business people, I'm really impressed. The last time we brought Prince Howard here on the show, all of the things he said, and you two tonight with just this big review of 240 bedroom, if I get that right, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's 100%. It's almost like the Continental Hotel in other parts of the world. But Vet, let's welcome you to the show. You're welcome. Go ahead and ask your questions, Chief.
All right. Thank you. How many questions I got?
On the first one, we gave you 2 questions.
Chairman, how are you?
I'm good.
Well, thank you very much for your presence on the show today. You know, when Prince Howard came, a lot of us were inspired, because the real backbones to the economy in our country and in our country is not the government. It is you private actors who are taking the bull by the horn and putting your money into developing our communities. While it is true that you are doing business, the impact of it is huge. Now, you are not just only a business person, you also a political person, because you once chaired a political party in Nima and in Liberia. Some of the things you just explained about business and the losses associated with it, my experience in the West, there are simple policy, government policy, that can help curtail some of these things. But our environment is so loose to the extent that, you know, a lot of the things are not policy oriented and the laws itself is weak. Now, if you talk about loan business here, the first thing, every loan you take is insured, and the insurance is embedded within your payment policy. That way, the person who is giving the loan, you know, has nothing to worry about. If you don't pay, the insurance will pay, and the insurance will come after you. Or debt marketing policy here, I can owe you and somebody can buy my debt and come after me, and then you become a free man. So there are a lot of ways to curtail some of these things through the law. Now, if you want to borrow any money here for investment purposes, it got to be insured, because the lender has to survive through the insurance process. So given your position, given your closeness with people in power, And given your depth of knowledge in business, what move have you made in the form of advice, at least advising public actors based on your experience to be able to formulate policies that will help businesses? Because the growth of business is the growth of economy of any country. It is not government that provides job. It is the private business owner like you people, are the one holding the government in the form of job provision. So what move have you made? What advice, given your experience and in making policy that will help the business community, especially in this current regime? Because I see it as your regime.
Thank
So
you.
before you come in there, I forgot to, Chairman, 1 second. Before you come in, I forgot to let our panelists know here. So tonight, our goal is to stick 100% to business.
But we're talking business, business protection.
I come in. We have other guys on here. We have other panelists on here that will be coming right after you. So I just wanted to set that guardrail. When we extended the invitation, that was the terms and conditions around that. So we are 100% business here tonight and no politics. So that's to the other guys that will be coming after that. Sorry for that, Mr. Dekpa. You can go ahead and answer the question.
Okay, thank you very much, my person. The issue of the policy pushing, Liberia is not short of knowledge and it's not short of laws. There are good laws on the book, but the implementation is the issue. For example, the liberalization policy, it exclusively give Liberians certain business that is need to do, that you don't have to see the foreign national into. But currently, as we speak, most of the ND businesses, they are doing it. Just recently, I had a conversation after the vice president had meeting in Monrovia on meeting the businesses as to what is exclusively for Liberian, for the distributor, for example. If you get a manufacturing company here, maybe a soft drink manufacturing company, or maybe a cement, or a steel, your distributor must be purely a Liberian business. And so something like that, it is now, the government is trying to push it. And so we are giving all of the different information that government people are not aware of. Blessfully, our vice president came from this business background. So every time we can have conversation with him. And so the recent one, they are trying to implement it, and we are under there giving all of the advice. So if this one succeed, and I was having a conversation where he said that this one will succeed. People think it will not succeed, it will be the same old story, but I think it will succeed. And so they are on a trial method now. They engaging the people that are distributing. And so one of my son was even recognized in that forum because when they asked the Lebanese guy, who you think get the capacity in Liberia that you can bring your distributorship to, like Aqua, like all the other bigger business. And they shortlisted my son along with Jungle Water and a few other people. And so they are going for it now, and we hope that that will succeed. In that way, when these ones that are already on the book start succeeding, then maybe new ideas and new other things can come on board. Let's implement what is already on the book first and see it working. Because you see, most of the things that happen in our country, our foreign Liberian people can phone for these foreign nationals. If you say, for example, used clothes should be exclusively sold by Liberians. Now you go to Waterside, you see one Lebanese man in the store. When you ask the Lebanese man, you change business registration, the Lebanese man get, Yapablo on the business registration. And the Yapablo does not share account to that, does not share signature to that account or that business. So you see, there right there, that they are just funding, they just find that small thing, go open a business in your name, then I'll be bringing a good, be selling every month, getting small thing. We quick on being satisfied with just small thing, but because you alone carry something home, you deprive other people of bigger opportunity that's supposed to impact many people around lives. So that's the situation we are faced with right now. And so that one, if it is solved, if we start working on them gradually, then some of the brilliant idea that will be coming later, we will think that it will succeed. So let's look up to the government for and see this one they took up, whether it will work. Like I was having a conversation with the vice president, I said, myself want to go into this distribution, production
Production.
shops. Yeah. Like I was telling him, I wanted to build a rat crossing plant in Nimba because I see the Chinese people are doing it. And so when you build that plant, this region can benefit from it. Maybe Bon, Nimba, and Grand G, there's something that I build it centrally located. You get few trucks. When the people want raft to the other place, you send it there. They're what are doing in Morovia. And so you were telling me you will be the next phase of the engagement will be the Chinese and the other people who got the bigger, things around. And the law says in Liberian means you have percentage if a foreigner get a production plan like a rat crossing plan, Liberians you have percentage in it. And so they will want to make inquiry to know whether these businesses, Liberians have percentages in it. If it is not so, then some of all they will ask the question again, who you think get a capacity? So those are all that things that people will think around that will get a capacity, then we can fit in from there. I mean, gradually we can take over that kind of business.
All right, thank you. The second question has to do with all of your project, because one thing that I realized with business people in Liberia is always an individual venture. One person, you alone look for all the money to do, and the progress rate can be very marginal because it's slow. Other people now working with a pool of funds, get shares around, and that builds into a pool of funds, and they can achieve any bigger dream. Now, as you are endeavoring into building such a hotel, 240, it's not small thing. You're talking about 3, 4, 5-star kind of plan that you are making. Do you intend to sell shares? And if you intend to sell shares, what are your shares and when do you open your shares to the public? So that other people who want to be a part of your move, can be able to procure share and you help to build collective wealth.
Thank you. That idea runs in my mind many days. I have attempted doing something like that. A year or two ago, I wanted to open a construction company. But again, you don't have the idea alone, or you alone can do everything. So you say, okay, let few of us come together to see whether we can open a construction company. And then you be the one running around. I can put the money into it. I think the share, we divided the share that time was 60, 20, 20. So I was bringing the bulk of the money, so the guys who will be on the ground doing the work will divide the share among them. Now, what scared me that got me to not go further was, just from the registration alone, I was duped. Yeah, I shared that experience with Boston men who I say, but thing that you want to do yourself, share with me so I can get you idea. Just to do the registration, I spent more than 500 United States dollars. And that one, God said, you don't need even 200 to start that kind of process. So when you start working with people and they start sending that message to you, chief, then you start to be scared. Then you try to hold back and say, no, I think I got to take a break small. So from there, I just got discouraged just from that one moment. Because business men let to deal with sincere people. Because when you're surrounding sincere or good, then you tend to succeed. But when you get surrounding that is not very okay, then it's difficult for you. So that time alone got me scared. But again, I think you're picking Nelly and myself working together. You can ask him. We thinking bigger. And so all that conversation coming in, how to buy share, sell share, and all that kind of stuff. Doing something alone, even the Nelly women are telling him we need to do something independently between you and myself. If we come together, you got the knowledge, you can do all the paperwork, we'll put it together, I put in some money, then we'll look for the technical people, the other people too, who will control machine and other stuff, we'll blend them together, then all of us work together. In that way, then we'll do it like a share. Because if you get something in it, you invest in something in it, then you appear like that's your own. So like that, you can do your best and then you can pull your whole effort in there and then you can work together. But again, it requires the right people together. Once you get it right, because they are our country, you're not looking at the player living there. It's a difficult place to live. So when you're doing things, you gotta be careful a bit and study it for some time. Try other methods. If it's not working, you try another one. So the issue of share, I'm thinking we thinking about it greatly. That one person to be able to do the thing, like even when I went to central bank to do the how you call it, microfinance thing. Some of the requirement you need board, and the board member name I submitted. Some of it is look at it. They said they disqualified them. So it means I need to think out of the box. It can just be just people, so people around me because. When you go for board meeting, these are level-headed people who will bring their input. You report to them and they advise you, and then they run your business. So something like that is in the pipeline. We're thinking about it and working on it.
Mabasi,
I just want to say something to that. I see you come in. From the way the chief answered the question, one thing that runs to mind is, the approach, maybe it was more like a partnership. Like you have like 2-3 person coming together, we pull this, and that's different from what I'm talking about. In running share, you will design the policy, you sitting down, the money comes to you when the business is gaining profit. The percent of share they got is what goes to them. They got no interaction with the money that coming to you. They got no interaction to go to bank and do registration, nothing at the kind. So I just like there are people who live in where Nigeria, they got 1%, 2%, or 0.003% in Apple. You just buy the share and the money goes to Apple. You got no interaction with how they make phone, how they don't make phone, and the rest of it.
So let me answer you there. So Liberia is not ready for that. Liberia, we don't have any regulatory body to regulate that. So the folks that are buying, like the US, there are systems in place. They got the Wall Street, they got the stock market that is registered, that is monitored and governed by the US government and hold those companies accountable. With that nature of business you're talking about, great stuff, but Liberia doesn't have that in place right now. You see what the chairman said, there's something about even the basic loan, giving that out, it becomes a huge problem. So imagine that. So before you get to that skill, you have to go through the rightful process, and the government has to be involved. Central bank has to be.
But that's where my first question came about, because it's just so easy for like Nigeria got the stock, Nigeria stock, Ghana, Kenya, those countries that won't far. That's not rocket science.
Your country not ready for it, but we're not there yet.
Because everything is politics.
Yeah,
that's why I always tell you, when you're bringing people that ferries, you're bringing people that Prince Howard, Adonis, those people, sometimes we put aside the politics of it and bring serious people. At least they will help us with another narrative that will influence the young people in a different direction. But nowadays, if it is not politics, zero.
Thank you,
And
Chief.
I wish that people like Ferry, because he's not only a businessman, he has a share in the politics of our country. They can start to divert their energy in a more dignified way that will influence the young people in a very better direction. And he's doing it very well. And I'm grateful.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Thank you so much. We yeah.
Thank
So
you.
you can take over. I think it's worth that you let the people know that we got our guy in the studio in District 5 there that is relaying, and our people of District 5 they are glued to their radio tonight, listening to the chairman. But go over.
Thank you, Veteran Mavacine, and thank you to all of you for being on here tonight. If you just joined us, you're listening to the Heat Tower program here on BKS TV. We have with us businessman Mr. Ferry L. Dekba. Ferry Dekba is the Chief Executive Officer of Dekta Loan Corporation in Liberia. We'll go to the Tapeta Ambassador. Let's do a fresh come, fresh self busy. And then when we go to Jackson Miami, we declare the line open from his end. But after the Tapeta Ambassador, we'll go to you, Sarah Stankwan, Malene Council, and then we.
But our guest seems to have dropped though.
Yeah, I think that's right going on. But again, it's great to have all of you on here. Let's hear from you, Tapeta Ambassador, man. How you doing, my brother? Okay, I got to go. Cyrus, what's up, Council? How you doing?
Man, I'm a proper colonel. I got complain.
No issue from this end. Everything seems to be straight.
I'm a colonel. I'm a resident government. I'm a colonel. Yeah.
I try to take politics away from you today. Tonight, no politics you're making you. It's 100% business. No politics.
Am I there?
Yeah, Chief, we can hear you now.
All right, sorry, my phone went out. Sorry.
That's okay. We can hear you loud and clear. But thank you so much. Welcome for thank you for coming back. So whoever's whoever's not talking, you can mute your background if you're not talking.
Grace, let's hear you, Chief.
All right, thank you. Let me say good evening to fellow panelists, and let me say good evening to Uncle Ferry. People are here from the Saints region. He was there number 2, I was there number 1. And let me say the people of Tapeta and the Zia region, we are proud of you.
CEO, now you know why I don't like to. You know why I don't like to bring Chris on fresh when he's speaking. The guy like to make things personal. Ferry that order up, man. Ferry said from your
Where's Zia?
Yeah, what's Zia issue here, man?
My man, Ferry came from Zia before he became all of us, man. Why you getting
No, let's just keep it as it is, and let's do what we can do.
Look for your own man doing him from Butu. You look for Butu, man. Be proud of. My man, continue.
We have our CEO.
I knew that my question.
No, that's for that. No, thank you. You know, CEO, last time our organization was able to honor Ferry and one of those who are going to be the Nimba. So I just need to give him a flower before I ask my question on that. You know, the name Ferry has become a household name, not just in Nima, but across the country of Liberia. And as a chair, my big brother Mavacine said, you served as chairman before for the ruling party in Nima. As a business person, when you venture into politics, do you have any negative impact or effect on your business serving at that level? Do you have any negative impact that you advise young people, maybe in a business sector, they should just focus on the business, not to go to politics, or not to focus on or to take any lead? When you chairman at that time, do you have any negative impact on your business in Nimba? That's my first question. Thank you.
Thank you. The politics, to be frank with you, it had impact on my business. And so I thought right after 2017, a year after, to resign, because the two things cannot occupy the same place, the same space at the same time. That's what I experienced. Because the business I run now, like Mavacine said, the business is me. And so it has not reached a point where I will leave my business even for a week. And so at that time, it had an impact on me. And so right after the elections, when we lost, I decided to let go, one, and just focus on one. Two, I feel I can progress in business than in politics. Because in our Liberian setting, a typical politician, people don't ask you for a favor, for example, for you to tell them, say, I don't have. Maybe you tell them, say, go come back. Or let's talk about it another time. But I'm a definite person. By the time you ask me for something, if I don't have, I tell you I don't have. If I would do for you, you take my word and carry it to sleep. Anytime you come to me, I will do for you. And so that kind of person, in my opinion, to really flourish or to do well in politics in Liberia, for me, I think it's hard for me. Personally, let me put it in my shoe and don't put everybody into it and say it doesn't work for everybody. So I think the politics were not doing good for me. The business, I feel I'm excelling in business. And so because maybe few of my friends went to politics and they succeed, means that I can succeed. So I feel strongly in business I will do better than in politics. So that's why I decided to take a fallback position and just come back to focus on my business. Nowadays, I tell you, Unity Party people, some of them were just in my office not too long. We are friends. I'm a Unity partisan. And when it comes to, say, campaign in the future, nobody should say you will see me in campaign either. I will just be focusing on my business. If I will help Unity Party, it will be something that I will do maybe, just from right within my office here. But to get outside and go be running around, running for politics or supporting somebody to say I'm going to campaign for you, I will never do that. I will not do that. When CDC was here, they have been here, did not affect me. If any government come to power and do better, they will be better, it will improve everybody's life. So the thing about the other people here, they empower, the other group, they empower. Once I'm not hurting them as a businessman, I think they will not hurt me. So I just want to remain neutral as a businessman. The people that are in power now, most of them, all of them, they are my friends. My big brother Depu, my friend Jeremiah Kun, the vice president, all of them, they are there. When it comes to helping some other help around, we can do it. And then we mean well for the country, and so we just can advise them. Sometimes we'll meet like Depu and myself. Every time we meet, I will gain some information about the business environment, some of the things the Lebanese people are doing that is not good and all that kind of stuff. Then you say, okay, I will note it down. We'll talk about it up there. And so that's the only thing I can do for myself now, to just remain in my corner as a businessman. Like, when Alvin reached out to me, I told him, I said, I don't want to say anything about politics because I want to be a businessman, just focus on the business aspect. See, the thing about it, everybody can do the same thing, So if I put myself in something, if I'm not doing well or I'm not succeeding there, nobody has to tell me, say, you're not succeeding yet. I can tell myself, just from, the feedback I will get, I will tell myself, say, this place is not all right for me. So let me change course. So where I am now, I'm just a pure businessman. I want to remain here, and God blessing me. I think I can impact other people's life. You don't have to necessarily be a politician before you do for people or you impact their life. Right now, as we speak, I get more than 30 to 40% in my employer. So that one all right for me. I pay people now. Other than the security firm, you add them to the security firm high, you add them to my number approaching 100. So if I'm putting food on people's table close to 100 people, then what else do I need? When the business grow, I will employ a lot of people. So that's the same help. We're helping the environment, the community. So I can remain just here and be of a help to the community. So I think business is all right for me.
Thank you. Then let me
And so your question said, what advice you can give to other people? They think about it. So now you can advise people and say, don't go yet. I mean, sometimes they will be adamant. They will want to get the experience themselves. Like one of my uncle's talking one time, he said he wanted to buy a car. He came and said, I should credit him to buy a car. He had 3,000, I should add 2,000. I said, no. Car is something that you don't buy with your last physical because that moving object is risky. So that's a high risk. When investing, it will not be okay. He didn't hear, he went to somebody and he credited, he bought a car. 1 month after he had accident with the car spot beyond repair. He came to me or just telling me. I said the thing about it in life, some of the things when you share with people as experience and give them advice, they will not take it on they themselves go there and bought the wall. When they come back now to you, then they tell you, yeah, they think you told me in the past, I think that was a very good, advice that you gave me. So you will tell other people, young people, don't go to politics. Nowadays, people take politics to be where you can excel or where you can grow faster. I mean, our young people now, like most of them are coming from school. When you ask them where you want to be, I want to be representative, or I want to go to the port. Like after the 2023 election, most of the Unity Party people we used to meet in my place. When you ask the other young person where you want to go, I want to go to the port. You just right there. Where you want to go? I want to go to LRA. So all I want, because those things too come with experience, but the motive for which they would think that they want to go there, in my opinion, is different. It's not just for going to serve. Maybe I will go here so I can, they play lucrative when I go here, I'll get more money for me. That's what people think, but it should not be so, because if we want to improve this country or to make it better, it is all of us contribution, our service, even in the private sector or both in the public sector. Will you contribute meaningfully and you contribute sincerely? I mean, things will be good for everybody. It necessarily don't have to be good for you alone.
Yeah, thank you.
With the advice, I think we'll be advising them, but again, if you take it good.
Let me add to it there. So, gentlemen, I'm going to reiterate this. We have Mr. Dekpa here, a seasoned businessman. We can learn a lot from him. We talk about a lot of business-related activities or questions that is in Nimba. We come on here every day. We talk about politics. We're tired with the politics. Let's dig deeper. Tap into his knowledge of wisdom when it comes to business, and focus on business-related questions and topics tonight. That's my ask of you. I know our society is highly political and stuff like that, but we can still focus on business tonight, and then in the future we can do the business part of the politics part of it. But Chris, your last question, then we'll go to Clinton. I think Clinton wants to ask questions from the studio there.
Okay, thank you, CEO. Thank you to Uncle Ferry for that clarity. And again, my last question has to do with I love Tapeta. So whenever business person appear here, my last question also go to Tapeta. So do you have any plan as one of the best sons from Tapeta? Do you have any plan to expand your business or your estate or your hotel? It'll Tapeta maybe the next 2-3 years, that the phase that you are given today in Ganta that we can point out today. Are you looking at that direction to give to Tapeta maybe a couple of years to come so Tapeta can benefit from that? Do you have any idea on that plan? Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, blessfully for us now, thank God the quota has reached Tapeta. Our challenge those days used to be the road condition. So if you want to build something good in Tapeta, maybe hot cross rack, low bed cement to carry there. Those days used to be challenging, but right now that the quota has reached there, all of us thinking about improving the community. And right now I have something there, I have a land there, right to the checkpoint. I'm thinking about building something like that, like a hotel there. And so maybe a year or two from now, after my project in Ganta, I will be extending to Tapeta. Like I was telling somebody, I say, I don't want to, when I leave from here, maybe we think about going to Morovia to build a hotel, but actually I will not leave my home behind. Tapeta will not be left out of the development I will carry on. So I have to carry something that though the community is small, but at least you base something there that represents the community. So you can rest assured, a year or two from now, we'll be doing something in Tapeta.
You got to answer.
We have to start putting Chris in the back. Sincerely speaking, they boy using us to gain all his political, relevance, from Musa Ability to Prince Howard to Ferry Dekba, all the people that he just trying to get around them. Somehow. Yeah, so Chris, you will pay fine. But again, I don't know if we should go to Clinton, because Clinton will be the one to take control right now after the next president. We start to take local costs. So I beg you, see you. Let's go to Cyrus, and we leave Clinton the last to take control from his question, and we start picking costs from both local and international.
Yeah, you got to call the people. Mr. Dekba, I don't know what you do. You can't show the people just calling. Everybody just calling left and right. They want to be part of the show. So yeah, if you don't mind, let us take calls after Cyrus.
Before Sarah asks this question, one thing Mr. Dekba said here tonight that all of us need to take into consideration, especially people who want to be trained in business, is politics and business don't mix. You don't mix politics with business. It will not work out, because there will be people that will come to you in the name of politics, but forgetting to know that you are a business person, and because you are associated with politics, you have to do certain favor, which of course you are not supposed to do as a businessman, and it's going to hurt your business. But I think after the show, we'll stay here to discuss why a lot of people want to go to, LRA, the port, and all of that as young graduate. A lot there to discuss. Cyrus, welcome, my brother.
Thank you, Council. Thank you, Council. When you see me on the show, you gotta give me preferential treatment. I get dual
exactly.
Professions.
Exactly. All the guys don't know. You can be a lawyer, a public policy analyst, and all of that. Then you got people.
If you know, go to school again. Go to school again. They're going to begin a law business and answer what they can want me to go back to school.
Good evening, Mr. Dekba. It's good to have you. For me, I will not ask questions. I will just make a brief statement. Then I will make a little recommendation I have. I must admit you are a good person. I have benefited indirectly from your goodness with regard to the loan scheme. My father and my uncle are your good business partners, and even when I was in high school, when I was in junior high, we used to come to your place every time. My baby Jen, we used to come to your place for loan every time. And the negative impact we got from the process to encourage my baby to get more women and affecting us. Because when you tell her a loan, I will more business. I tell her a loan. Yeah, the thing I can't for. Yeah, but though you did well for us, you've done so well for Nimba. And for me, on your birthday every year, I just maintain my caption. I call you the original bread basket from Nimba, because when you look around, this spirit is not linked to any activity. There are a lot of business people in Nimba who are doing so well. But if you look at the recent audit report, you will see some business people linked to some dubious stuff, to make money. And Ferry has not been involved with anything of such. It makes people proud, because there is no reason for you to exploit your own people only to be rich. And the fact that you are not involved with those activities, personally for me, I'm proud of you. Even though I'm now a business person, but I'm proud of your steps. I'm proud of your struggle. But the recommendation I would like to make it's about school. You see, when you look in our community today, when you look around Liberia, 85 to 90% of us young people are into politics. And some of us, the reason we get involved with politics is not so much because politics is chosen as our career, but most young people, if you interact with young people, they will say that for me personally, I do politics to just find means to go to school. You find somebody to be singing praises to, and the more you sing praises, the person will feel for you to give you something to go to school. And that's a kind of society we have now. So the fact that you've excelled in this business, to get rid of that narrative, I think I want you to think about this recommendation in the future to add student loan to your process, to your program. Um, so you can be giving loan to bright students, smart students who do not have the means to go to school, and maybe you can go through legal processes, sign document. When the person graduates, you get hold of the person original document until when the person, maybe the same system in America, when the person finds job, the person will be paying your money. It just takes commitment. It might look strange, but it takes commitment to get people paying back. Not everybody will want to pay back because money comes with different spirit. But people who value education will want to come back to say, Papa, I will pay your money. And in fact, that record, their family, everybody will be proud of them and they will be proud of you as well. That one of the recommendations I thought of making so far, and with your explanation on insincerity, especially with regard to how people operate when they get money, they don't go back to pay. Even I got affected. I got affected when I came to Liberia. I think I met you at your office on several occasions. I have my unfinished building around behind Jackie's. I needed money from the bank so I could use some in business, to use some to go to school to pay their money back. But the guy said it was not workable. I had thought LBDI was a bank giving money to Liberians, but when I went there, the guy said when beginning the money that politicians can come and collect the money, they don't even pay soon, so it's not workable. Then I talked to one people to TT Bank. The people told me the same thing. They say it's difficult. So with that, it made at least all with no alternative. Now you gotta sing, you gotta go back to your old political thing to survive. And that kind of system we have in
Thank
the
you,
country.
Chief. Thank you, Chief.
You
Wrap it
see?
up. We got to get to the guests and we got to take a few
So,
calls.
I want you to address it in that way. At least so many people. No, whatever things are talking about now, everybody can benefit from it. There are other young people too. They get only amount that they use there. They ain't getting no benefit because they get strategy. We that are still around, we get strategy. We know how to make our way because when we get to you, you don't want to get so we switch the other way.
Thank you, Chief.
So at least
Thank
in
you,
that
Chief.
environment, when that avenue is created, people will find breathing space
Thank
and we'll
you.
make our own decision.
Thanks. All right. So, Junior, you say you're going to Clinton now, right? But before we go to Clinton, Mr. Dekpa, you got anything to add? Anything to say?
Yeah, yeah, there is student loan thing Sarah's talk about. You know, I one person, even if I want to help people, sometimes I look at your potential, what you do, your smartness in the community, for example. Most of the people I can relate to are people that I feel they are smart. If you going to school and then maybe I come across you, I know that you're serious for school and you're doing something, I can want to reach out to you or to extend hand to you. And so the issue of student loan, I think is a good idea that you could do to the smart people. Because the thing about it, when smart people go to school and learn something, once they are smart and come around you, they can help you in your terrain where you are. Because I remember one of walking from India. He from here. He used to sell right in front of my store. He went to India. He did a computer science team. They bought him. I was here. Somebody used to be buying for me through Alibaba on the land. And then I wanted to buy the Starlink too. Then I was trying to reach out to somebody in my office. He said, Chief, We can buy that thing online. Forget about, sending for the thing from our office. We can buy. We will say that right here. We'll buy it through Amazon, and then we'll come to you. And the beginning apply for it, he bought it. I will use my card, we pay for it. The thing came right back to it came Morovia, the people call and I send for it came. And then later, I wanted to be buying through Alibaba. I told him somebody can buy from me on Alibaba platform. Can you open it on my phone? And they bought it. So you see that smart people can do this kind of thing because he came from school fresh, you are looking for a job, and gained the opportunity to come and serve here when he came. Yeah, in a short space, I was able to learn something from him. And so he added something to my knowledge. So I'm aware of that. And so smart people, when they are around, it's good to extend hand to them because you never know. Maybe from their smartness or from their knowledge they gain, they will come and share similar thing with you and it will help you. So I will take that into serious consideration. And Sarah, we can talk. So we'll talk that one behind the scenes.
That's student loan team. I'm thinking, not everybody can tell. Everybody can tell that. Right in the web pro country that can pay.
The experience there. Somebody said, when they get loan to the people that are working with government, when they travel, they come back. By the time they finish getting the knowledge, they come back, they will want to be seeking for a bigger job. They will not abide by the agreement they have with the institution.
Especially the lawyer then. Yeah, the lawyer then, when the lawyer then come back, you're in serious trouble. You start taking your own money business, that taking you to cool for it, and then you get ready.
And the good thing about giving out loan to people, especially lawyer, is we have a tendency to say a loan is not a criminal act. So if you can't pay by police, then arrest me, I'll not go to prison for it. So.
Yeah, I think in that year now, when you put your student loan together,
student loan will not work. I think he can look at the direction of his business and recruit smart people and be developing them along the line. So that as they are learning, they are becoming of service to you. Okay, like you talk about the board in the computer area, you can't do any business now in this day and age without technology. You can find somebody very smart in that area and start developing them first right in Monrovia there in any of those schools, while at the same time utilizing their skill. From there, when you see the loyalty and commitment, then you can start sending them out. Because I listen to Aliko Dangote. All the things you explain is not unique to Liberia. When he started, he got hit so many times by Nigerians out of insincerity, incompetence, and everything. So he has to recruit a lot of Indians. So his wealth was actually built by Indians. As he was becoming more wealthy, then he recruiting people and training them into areas that his business need. On and on, he started retiring the Indian and putting Nigerians to work. But the actual engine of his workforce were Indian. He said that on the Mo Ibrahim show. I listened to him.
Thank you. But what's his name? Clinton, my man, you run away from the mic. So
well, while we still wait Clinton to join us in studio, DK is here. DK, as you join us, we are about to declare the lines open. But before people call us, you can also ask your question. If you're listening to us, you also want to make your contribution to the show here tonight, you can call us on +250 795428947. That's the WhatsApp number. And to also call us on the local number you're seeing on the screen there, we have to re-include them. But a lot of people following us, let's try to recognize some of them. Mr. Jacob Bantu from Tapata City is also following us here tonight. Fuski Musa is also watching the show. And a lot of people, Genesis Bemi and the rest of the folks are also following. DK, let's hear you. I think we have the Vice President aide, Mr. Eddie Corden on the line. DK, let's hear you quickly. D, are you there?
I thought you said you were going to call them.
Yeah, I think he dropped. So let's hear you.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I got a question for Chairman. Chairman, you know you owe me, right?
Man, when I'm not careful, man. Clinton,
How are you?
while we are with the other folks
I mean,
talking,
why you cutting me? Or that my partisan there. Stop.
man,
That your thing, you had to wait. My former party chairman there. For Nima, Chairman Dakba, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, nice meeting you. Don't mind those NDR people. Yeah, those people that are NDR people, so we had to contain them somehow. Yeah, I don't have any issue, that my big brother there for a long time, so he's my chairman. I know him very well. I don't have any issue. Anybody from Tapeta with issue will be the only sedition, or two sedition, yeah, we have issue, but chairman there, our party in
man, listen,
2017 during one of the critical time.
hold on. Tonight, no party business. We are here for business.
My man, they made a businessman. You had to give me time. Oh. They made before then he became chairman of our party before he resigned. So I don't have any issue with him. Y'all go ahead with the business talk because when I bring all the contribution they made.
I can't mute you now. I've been muted that man.
Thank you. Thank you. So we have Mr. Edwin Cotton Fanado on the line. Edwin, good evening.
Good evening, Junior, and good evening to my own brother in studio. Good evening to everybody.
Well, it's great to have you on here this evening. We are told that you've also ventured into business. So let's hear your business thought here tonight, Chief.
Come on. When the most senior person is there, I don't talk about my business. I only call to make input and let the public know about his kind of impact in what I do today. So I believe Perry is one of the persons who, when some of us names are called somewhere, if there are big brothers who will say, yeah, this guy is into X and or Y, is one person, because he and I business record goes as far back as 2018, when I took my first business money from him to make business of it. And if there's one good thing I've ever learned from Ferris, is his sincerity in terms of giving advice to whoever he talks to. He tells you what I consider as as uncomfortable truth about business. For example, I made a decision to go into something. He said it was not good because you cannot credit to go into this thing.
Well,
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm not there.
yes, sir. Go ahead.
So, I've got tonight to let him know, and maybe the public know that, aside for some of us, aside from our political side, if there are business people, if there is that guy somewhere, sitting somewhere who can better explain about some of us business life, how we've come, how long we've come, and how far we are going, he's actually one of them. And I can assure him, like I've always done.
All right. So that's it. I mean, it's great that when you always appear in public, there are people. All right, this person. Hello.
Hello, I'm there.
Yes, sir. Oh, welcome back,
Yeah,
Chief.
so I like to give his flower to him while he's alive. And like I've always told him and given him my commitment, that all his advices over the years in terms of business, I can promise him now, we can promise him tonight that it will never go free. He can rest assured that some of us, though we are on this other side, when I say on the other side, I mean the political side, but with all his guardians and the guardians of others that we've always listened to, I can let him know and give him the assurance that we will do well.
Thank you.
And aside from our political life, one day when we are not politicians again,
You're going to business.
some of the better advices he can give to us will be giving it to other people. And they will know that God help us to get here because we have people like Ferris Depa and the rest of the other good big brothers who are willing to help those who need help.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
let me
Chief.
give a flower to him while he's alive and in studio tonight. Thank you so much. See you.
So before you go, Edwin,
Before I go.
before you
Yes.
go, can you give us a time that you appear here?
Man, you call it man when I want to take the other call. Edwin will come when you're ready. All right. So I don't know what's wrong with our host there. Junior, we can't hear you. You look like you are muted. All right. So, Junior, you can hear me? Oh, the man on the phone with the mail. So again, Clinton, I know you said the people of District 5, Chris King, you were talking to them, but there are people that are on the time to come issue too. So we got a mantle. We control the whole show tonight. The people of District 5 listening to Mr. Dekpa tonight. You want to give a few input there, and then see if you can open the line as well from your end.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, Jim. Jim, you can hear me now?
Yes, sir. Welcome. Good evening. What's your name and where do you call us from?
This is Lee Zuo. I'm calling from Fargo, North Dakota.
Lee, welcome to the show. Let's hear you. 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I just want to use this time for me to thank every other person that are here online there tonight. So I have a two full question for Honorable Dekpa.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you hear me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but what I want to find out from him, number one, is that I just jumped, but I overheard him talking about, he found it difficult just for people for them to pay by his loan. But a specific question I have to do with, I regard to those interest rates that those guys charge.
Mm-hmm.
Is those interest rates affordable, or are they really overcharging? Because if you borrow somebody, but once that interest rate is very difficult, and you yourself expect all these things, what just to happen. The second question quick is that I want to know as to whether you having other plan just to expand to other areas in Lima. Apart from
example.
Example like Butu,
Okay.
Thank you. That man speaking good English.
Thank you so very much for being on here tonight.
That man from Yale, so what you expect?
Thank you. So, Mr. Ferry, before we go to our guy in studio, the caller that just left and then Edwin, they spoke. I think you may want to respond to that.
Yeah, thank you for Edwin. I don't think I can respond to him because you were just praising me, so I don't think I can respond to him. So the guy.
Wait. Okay, let me ask a question from Edwin N. Which kind of advice you giving to these people that are calling to praise you?
But the advice that is business related. By the time you come around and then you're doing business and you know that I've experienced something like that before, you ask me about my input, then I tell you why it would take for you to venture into A and benefit if it is good at that particular time. So that's the kind of conversation Edwin and myself can have because we have traveled together before. Every time he's in Ganta, he's in my office. We share everything we lecture together, we do everything together. Sometimes when you're doing some businesses, you will ask me, then I will advise him what to do. We'll travel to China around March. We did a lot of things together. So he knows me personally. And when I got into the politics thing, he's one of the young people that are really humble and respectful. And so I take him to be my own too. So because of that humble spirit he get, my sister started liking him. I started drawing him closer, and then we are good friends. Though I can call him my son or my younger brother, but again, when it comes to business and some of the things that he can do to help, like for him, he's in government right now. I remember just recent time ago when I had issue, I wanted to go and meet the police RG. You know, the reason why people can want to make friends with people in government are there. My beginning Edwin was there. I wanted to call a boss man to connect me with the RG. Then he said, no, she that one can take care of it. And he just carried me to the RG. He spoke to him on the phone. He directed us who to go to. We went to the police station and we started engaging. And so our relationship is very cordial. So at times, he will help me in that regard. And then when it comes to the business aspect, he will ask me about my opinion and what I can do to help him too. And so that has been our relationship. So you will know me when you are closer to me, and then interact with me. Sometimes I remember one time I was having a conversation with somebody, and then the vice president, before becoming vice president, that time you were representative, senator. So I was walking, going to every time I can in a daytime, sometimes I walk and go to the bank 3, 4, 5 times because the business I do is connected to the bank. So when I'm walking, going, sometimes more people will say, but it make him be passing every day. You see you going to the bank. Then you have a conversation with somebody and say, you know that man. And you want to know, you want to know him well, just get closer to him. That man just always want to be, serious with his business. He like to take his business serious, but he's not a bad guy. So before you know somebody, you have to come closer to him. It's the same thing that happened to Edwin. So because of that, our relationship now, I think both of us are enjoying it. That's why you were talking.
Thank you. And then the other guy question was, the interest rate. If you believe.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I think I was just explaining something that I want to show about interest rate. The reason why you will see interest rate high is because, when you invest the money, not all will come back. So it makes it difficult for you to carry interest rate low. 1, 2, we take loan, for example, you take loan from the bank. The lowest interest rate you find on the market now is 12% from the commercial banks. So if you go to a commercial bank and apply for loan, they tell you 12%. Other than the 12%, they charge other fees. They will say 2% upfront, management, I think management something, and then legal fee. 2%. So when you take the loan, they will take 4% from inside. And before you get loan, you got to do insurance on the loan.
Right.
Maybe the insurance will charge you 1.5% of that amount, or they will tell you 1% of double of that amount. So when you add it, you add 4 to 12 is 16. When you add insurance, which is 1% or 1.5 is 17 or 17.5. So all that one, when you add it together, it pushes it to 20. So if I go to the bank, I take loan and spend almost around 20 or 18%. How much you expect me to give it out to a customer to be able to make profit? I'm putting in time and then getting money from the bank to manage the bank money and be able to pay back and make profit.
And the risk factor too. The
risk factor also involved. So when you calculate all that, it's not possible for you to really say you will be giving loan below 25%. That's some of the reason. And so they must understand it. The only thing is God bless us now. It will get to a point where maybe central bank can give us loan, for example, on a low interest rate with a flexible payment, or maybe the group World Bank invest some kind of money into the economy and say, give it to the microfinance people or to the bank to be able to reduce interest rate. At the lowest interest, we can bring the interest rate down, because when you get the money and you know that you get it for maybe 10% or maybe 8%, then you can say, okay, let me do adjustment. Let me bring it down to 15 or let me do 20. It depends. So the risk factor and the money that we can get from the bank to be able to loan out is the reason why we can charge that 25%. But again, the 25%, they don't put color to your throat. They can't take money and pay 25%. That should not be a reason for when you tell somebody, say, I will not pay your money, the money go back. So if you know the 25% half for you, you just leave it and then manage to wherever you're supposed to manage.
Thank you so much. That I was going to say exactly what you just said, because I believe when you are taking a loan, you can read all the terms and conditions on there and say, this, I'm taking $1,000 from this business, and I will pay it back with 25%. You sign it, you take it, but you can't take the loan. You sign everything, you go down and say, man, that man charging too much money. Well, I don't think I can pay that money after you finish using it. Clinton, my man, we need to get to you before we take leave of our guest.
I think there was another layer that Lee asked about Booyah, expanding to Booyah.
No, to be frank with you, if I want to expand, I would rather expand in different counties. But I can expand in the county to open different outlets, maybe in Tapeta, Booyah, and the other places. Because the thing about it, the business I'm doing, Boko A, I mean, we relate to the bank on a day-to-day basis. So, for example, if I go to Booyah and then open a business area there, somebody can take loan from me. They got something they call standing order. You will have to sign for me to carry to the, for you to carry to the bank, for the bank to sign, for you to bring it back to me, to authorize the bank to be able to give me your money at the end of the month. So if I go sit down to Booyah, I will do that paper where you get in car again and come to the bank here, then you go back to Booyah before I give you the money. So you see, all that one is the one we can look at. Even if I'm opening in other counties, we'll look at the location where you got a bank situated, then we'll go and sit right by the bank because we work along with the banks.
Thank you. Yeah, we gotta go to our guy in studio here. We got a network keep going back and forth. For that reason, we'll try to open banking Booyah just for that bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, very beautiful. Clinton, man, your one question and see if you can take one or two calls.
Okay, CEO, thank you very much for the show tonight, and I want to appreciate Honorable Depa tonight for being our guest. You know, as we on the show, we are receiving text message and text messages from the people of Booyah, especially government officials, teachers. Most of them, the teachers are sending a text like, "Oh, you guys are in conversation with our boss man tonight." Our Bwaka, a lot of text messages coming here. So I want to appreciate him for what he's doing, especially for the teachers in Booyah. So what I want to understand from him is we all understood that Honorable Degba is involved into loan service that is directly dealing with government officials, where you will go with bank statement and you get your loan at the end of the or your salary, or maybe they do their thing there. But what I want to understand from me is that whether there is plan, maybe for local business or personnel or personalities or farmers, where they will go and get the loan and do business in that money and then be able to pay back to him, like what Access Bank and BRAS are doing right now in the country, whether he have planned for that or it's only restricted to government officials only.
Okay, so from the LPA angle, I was doing LPA, I was only focused on the people from the government side. Now that we are coming to open to the public, with different names, say microfinance institution, is no longer just LPA. So we'll be opening to the public and taking, deposits at the same time giving loan to customers. Now, what a bank normally do is this: before you take loan from a business, from a bank, you first will start depositing with the bank, and then they see your cash flow. Based upon that, then maybe you open a line of credit before you start taking loan, because you will want to know the person's business record. That's one thing. So the one that has to do with agricultural loan, for me right now, I think it will be difficult for me to answer that question, because the money I use here, bulk of it comes from the bank. I take loan and invest it and make profit. So when I take the loan, by the time you take loan from the commercial bank, if you take it, if they give you the credit below the 15th of the month, they expect you to start paying at the end of the month. If they give you credit after the 15th, then you start paying the following month in. So to give that kind of loan to, to give it as an agricultural loan where people will go and invest it into crops, then after setting down, before you start paying back, in my opinion, right now, it will be difficult for me. But again, we are getting into the microfinance thing. If we get there, if the need be, maybe we'll look in that direction.
Thank you very much.
All right. You got any callers? I think we're about to take leave of our guests here. If you don't have any callers, then we'll turn it over to Junior in studio. to see if we can take leave of our guest. He's been here for an hour 45 minutes now. So we know we gotta bring the guests in back. When you bring the BB people, then you gotta make it sweet. So that way, the next time we reach out to the man, then it will be okay to come back. So
Right.
he's coming keeping here for 2 hours. So if we don't have any other callers, we will try to take leave of our guests, and then we'll host him again. But Mr. Dekpa, we look forward to hosting you again in the future once in a while when you have time, because I think this is very important for our society. It's very important for the young people that are coming up. Life is not all about politics. Business pays, business runs the world, and those who are involved in business tend to control the narrative, as we can see even in Liberia there. So we look forward to learning from you more in the future. Again, thanks for taking my call and being willing to come on and talk to us like you did today. We look forward to having you once in a while on the show.
Thank you.
So Gino?
Well, thank you. Before we take leave of you, there is this question that keep coming in. I think I have to paraphrase it for you to answer it for us before you go, Mr. Dekpa. A lot of people listening to you right now, we want to know what are the procedure of taking loan from your corporation, and what is the specific interest rate? Is it 15%, 20%, 30%?
25.
Yeah. So what are the procedures? So for example, I want to take loan from you. What are the procedure I have to follow before I get the loan from you?
If you are people that are working with the government, if you are a government employee, civil servant, the first thing you bring is your bank statement. We check it to know whether your salary is current, and then you're withdrawing from your account, or you in loan with another loan company or institution. So if we verify that and notice that you're self-withdrawing your money, nobody else taking money from you, you're not in loan with different institution, and your salary is current, you are qualified along with your ID card. In some instances, if we don't know you, if maybe for people that are in Nima County that we know that we've interacted with over the years, you don't need collateral, or you don't need somebody to stand for you. If people coming from maybe Bond County, different county far, then we can ask you if you come together or you find somebody to come along with you, then you put crisscross. You stand for the person and the person stand for you. In that way, you qualify to take loan. For the business people that we are about to get loan to, the requirement is you must first start depositing here, and let's know you, and then maybe if you will do your application, we go to your business area and do an assessment to know whether you are a legit business person. By the time we establish that, then we start doing business, we'll start it, and then start observing you. If you qualify, we'll give you loan. But the first requirement is for you to start depositing. You will have to do deposit maybe for like 6 months. We'll see your turnover, because it is the deposit, what you put here will determine how much you will be qualified to get as a loan.
Now, with the microfinance institution you're about to establish in Nima, are you going to get the money from, private investment, or are you going to go to the Central Bank of Liberia to get it from there?
Right now, Central Bank is not giving, I'm not aware of Central Bank giving loans. So the meager resources I have with me now is what I'm starting with. And the first thing is, I will be giving loan, and this is the first thing I'm trying to introduce on the market. You bring your, for some people have money keeping maybe in their bedroom, or maybe in a club, or maybe in a bank. Now, look, we'll introduce something we call time deposit. You come and deposit your money with us. If you get 100,000, for example, you say, I'm depositing it for 1 year with your institution. If you deposit your 100,000, if you stay with me for 1 year, at the end of that year, you will stand to benefit 18%. We will add 18% to your 100,000. That means you giving us money for us to manage for you and make business inside and give your part of profit. That's what I mean. So that time depositing will divide it into 3 categories. We'll break the year down into 3. We'll break it into 3, 4 months, 4 months. So if you deposit your money for 4 months, you say, I can't keep my money here for 4 months. I will take it after 4 months. If you give it to us for that 4 months, you are entitled to carry 6%. If you deposit, you keep it here for 8 months, you will carry 12%. If you leave it there for 1 year, then you carry the 18%. So we're doing what we call time deposit, meaning the money that is circulating right now in the market, we can just use that very money and make business out of it, and then get your share of the business money.
Well, thank you very much.
Suppose somebody deposit for 5 years. What do you do?
You calculate
You deposit for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
You deposit for 5 years, you get 18% in a 5 year.
Are you going to tell the 18%
the same thing I apply to bank loan, right? When you go take loan from bank, they tell you 12% per annum.
Per annum.
So if you go take loan from bank for 5 years, the commercial bank, you will not pay that only that 12%. You will pay, they will check the 12% over time for you to pay. So it's the same thing. So if you deposit your money for 1 year, we'll give you 18%. If you want to be taking your 18% every year, you leave your money here. At the end of the year, you can't take your 18%. Your money will still be here if you're taking your 18%.
Yeah, so in short, if someone puts $1 million and the 18% is supposed to be like, I think 180,000. Year one, they get the 180,000 added to the 1 million they deposit with you. So in year 2, it is now going to be 180,000. It will not be I mean, it's going to be 1,180,000 now in year 2, but not 1 million. Is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Again, this is a really good initiative. Not a lot of people have the ability to go to commercial banks. So those of us that did, commercial law, if you follow the procedure, they tell you that, okay, not everybody will go to commercial bank because most commercial bank will go for civil servant. But microfinance institution will go for the ordinary people, and all they need is a guarantor or a guarantee to make sure that you will pay back your money when you credit that from the microfinance institution. And we appreciate you so much for establishing this. And I think this is the very first in the history of NIMA. If I stand to be corrected, this will be the very first in the history of NIMA to be established. We've seen the building. And of course, we want to say kudos to you, your entire team. And I want to say thank you for being on here tonight. It has been a wonderful conversation, a wonderful tips from you business-wise. And we want to say thank you. In 2 minutes, give us your parting comment, Chief.
Yeah, let me say thank you to the BKS team. I want to say thank you to Alvin for reaching out. It's good. It was good that he reached out to me. Recently I had a radio program, and then when I came from there, they just didn't see information I gave. Our people blew it out of proportion, and then the message that came outside, it was wow. Though, I mean, while it's true, we hope to reach that level, but I think what we get now, we must discuss it and just stick to what we are doing.
Right.
Yeah, so that the right message go out there to the people. Because to open bank in Liberia, I think the minimum requirement should be around 10 billion that you have to deposit in central bank.
Right.
So that kind of money, I think right now, I don't get a physical care to go deposit. But we're growing gradually. I think, God willing, we will get there. And so I want to say thank you for hosting me. It was a very good time being on your show. I hope anytime in the future we can come back and continue to inform our people. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much
for being here tonight, Chief.
You're welcome.
All right. So that's it. You listen to Ferry. As always, we stay for our post analysis and our parting comment. we firstly want to start with the vet, then we go to the CEO, Saros, Jackson, and myself. We are like the host and the co-host. Same, my man Alfonso left me now, so Jackson filled out that space for him. So the both of us will stay last always to give our analysis and our party comment. But that, let's hear you. What's your take? What are some of the recommendations? What are some of the things you think should be done in the direction that the former chairman of the Unity Party spoke in as a businessman? All of that. Let's hear your take, Chief.
Well, I think it was actually a great conversation. I have known Ferries for a very good length of time now. I think I was one of those who were part of making sure that he becomes chairman of the Unity Party, the initial recruitment process. And from there to this day, he's proven to be a principle-minded person. He's proven to be a trustworthy person, hardworking, who always is dedicated to everything that he puts his mind on, which is good. And like I've always said, it's good to bring people like Ferries on this show because our country is kind of losing out on the very vital sector of our country, especially the youth, whose shoulder the future of Liberia sits. And that level of compromise, we need people that will reawaken that spirit of consciousness and redirect their thinking to something much more beneficial. And I think he fits in our category and he's doing it well. My only advice to him, he's a business person, of course, I know that. But the whole concept of, building wealth using other people's money, I think he just touched it now in his closing, that making use of the money that is already within the community, people who have their resources, they wouldn't need trustworthy person to save their money with that will bring, something. Because when you talk about 18%, that's quite huge. It's way above inflation level. So you could have 100,000 instead of going to a community saving club that has no security. You can save it with somebody, who has the character and reputation and the business acumen like Ferries. And in the end, 100,000, you could be getting 18,000 extra, which to me is much more than any other community saving club in terms of interest. And with that, I would wish that our platform can elevate some of these messages so that the community gets informed, and that in a way will help him to raise the kind of capital he needs to be able to expand. And the way he started, I would want to believe that the focus is going towards establishing a commercial bank. Because if you see the growth and development of China, it was rooted in the revolution of the banking sector. Now, if you move beyond, just the stage on that he will be giving agricultural investment loan to farmers and smallholder farms, I would think that in a space of 5-10 years, his institution will be the vehicle that will help to champion, the wealth growing process in Nima County and Liberia at large. So I'm just happy, and I want to say hats up to him. He's doing well, and I urge him to continue. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maverson. And I think I agree with you 100% with the advice there. Here is where our government needs to come in. There are people who have the ideas and want to run, partners business in the country. If you have a central bank that is not capable of giving loan to business people to run their businesses, it means the government or the country is suffering. Nima County alone should have more than 5-6 microfinance institutions. Even if the county cannot establish that by themselves, but there are people like Ferry Dekpa who have the ability or the knowledge to establish that. But will the county give the money for that direction? I don't think so. We take our money, we go to put it behind building XYZ, but we cannot give it to institutions that will give us, return. We do not have return on our invest. What are the investment we are doing? Without doing any investment. Since we start getting, the County Social Development Fund, we continue to use it. Every year we wait for ArcelorMittal to give us money. But now we have individuals. And this is my request to the county administration. You can go to be the first shareholder to deposit within that microfinance institution. Deposit for the next 5 years. Take the profit from there. Say, okay, the profit we're getting from here, we'll focus on building agricultural institution, or we'll put it behind a county team. But every time we take 200, 300,000, put it behind county team, there is no dividend. We don't get anything from it. We don't know how the reports come in. We don't know how much is in the county cup. We don't know how the trophy is being used, the money that from there, we don't know how it is being used. But again, this is a very good conversation. Like you said, Mr. Marva, saying we have to center this kind of conversation and champions it for the next generation of Liberia. Let's forget about too many politics. All of us that want to discuss politics, Sarah say, many of them can go there, they say, okay, the reason why we're singing president is because we get smart thing to sustain ourselves to go to school. I agree with Sarah, 100%. Council Esquire, it's good to have you here. Let's hear you give us your analysis in your party comment, Chief.
Thank you, Council. Your last statement with regard to county administration, I think that where I will be driving. You see, the idea, and first of all, Junior, there are few Nimbayans who know Congo. They are more now into people things. They can't get influence easily to, whether or not they associate themselves with you. You can't influence them easily to be you. One of the person is our CEO. When you say it, people say, oh, because I want to show this man, few Nimbayans I know. This man is principle minded to the extent that he doesn't belong to any political party, and the chairman of the Mr. Dekba, even though he's a UP person, but one time when I went to him, we had a conversation about my house, like I said on the show. I shared with one of my big brother, and the big brother said, oh, I man did that thing because here Jeremiah couldn't can move. I mean, will not do you, will not give you money, but you can give other people money. I say, look, you don't know Fury. Fury not that kind of person. Like I said, stick to it hard. When you say no, that no. When you say yes, that yes. So that kind of big brother he is. I really like his lifestyle. It's difficult to be Fury because there is a quiet human being. You don't even know if he's rich. And one of the things that really made me happy about him, Junior, you can't hear any negative news about this man. PA, other people do all sort of things to get money. You can't hear any negative thing about him, and it makes me happy. It makes me so happy. And with regard to what you just said, if the county administration, instead of using our money building immigration hub, building police station, the Ministry of Justice supposed to do those things. Like the microfinance loan, he coming open now. People like Marfasin just asked, if you deposit 1 million, how much do you get? So imagine Nima depositing 1 million with the microfinance firm that he coming open. Nima will get extra money and we can use that money. But in one country here, I don't really know the actual dividend. I know that the happiness I can be in all. I know that the dancing we can do. I know that some of our own share there. I don't really know. Nima been winning it I think 7 times. And they can spend money on them. So what has the county benefited? A lot of young people are in school. Junior. I always talk about the school thing because I'm a veteran. It's painful that you get knowledge, but you beg to go to school, brother. So what if Nima invest in a kind of a business or firm, and then we use the return to even send students to school instead of every day you go SKD with chair. After cheering them, you go. I know they can share the money. I don't really know what they can do with the money. So it's a conversation that it's just that the superintendent will not want to come here, but we will always have this conversation for them to do the right thing. It's just as the CEO try to put restriction on 18.
Yo, we gotta honor the big brother request that. So we the message we can't go the other way. So I appreciate the fact that all of you guys respected that, and then And then
he's a great person. He's a great person. I respect him a lot. You know, with the association with the Coon Boys,
thank you,
he's
Chief.
not that kind of person that can easily be influenced, especially when he knows something is right.
Thank you.
We actually need to push for the county administration to invest so we can get return on the investment, or to help other less privileged young people like us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. For me, you know, I just want to say thanks to him for coming. It was a good show. You know, Ivory Coast was playing at the same time we hosted him, and we had all those followers. So that tells you how influential he is. Ivory Coast playing Germany while we hosting him the same time, and we got a lot of viewers, a lot of calls, and things like that. So that tells you. But we need that again. As I was saying, everything is not every day will not be politics, like Mafasin said. So there's someone that we can learn from him and the other business guys that in Nimba in Liberia. We want to bring them on here and try to diversify our program, appearances and stuff like that. But I want to say thanks to all of you for coming. It was a wonderful show. We had actually a great show. We learned a lot tonight, and I want to say thanks to him too for taking up his time and being on the show tonight. Sadly, our Ivory Coast lost 2-1. They stuck in there with Germany all the way to the dying minute. I think 2 minutes to go, and then they let him in and score on that. So it's painful, but I know we'll still qualify from that zone. But again, thanks to all of you. We will be back here again tomorrow. Next week, Wednesday, will be hosting Senator Edwin Snow. So for those of you guys that can be busy, maybe you want to clear your schedule and see if you can be part of it. Next week, Wednesday, will be Edwin Snow, Senator Edwin Snow. All right. So yeah, good night.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
We will go to DK to give us the analysis and a parting comment, and then the Tapeta ambassador will take us home. If DK is not available, we can go to you. Chris, tell us your analysis and your parting comment.
Let me say good evening again once more to fellow patriots and fellow partisans. Let me say this to our listeners. Tonight's show, it was educative because my own, as I said before, our own, the people was there. People like your nice, our own. When you have a child doing well, you happy. So for you, all will be our own was there. So he's our own. So he did extremely well. I just have like a few things that when you're talking now, just a few points down. One of the things you're talking about have to do with the business law, right? The business climate. There are good policies there. The Liberia Business Association have good laws. The only thing is the implementation. It's the implementation that we lack of in Liberia. You see, you will come to see the animal open store, the animal be a cassette in Liberia. The animal will start doing retail, wholesale in Liberia. There have been no penalty. There have been no decision procedure been taken. We have good laws in Liberia that will benefit the business community, but there's no implementation. And I think if the government is serious, it is time now that on who here from the business background, these are things we should be looking at to be implemented. Let the business law be implemented to the 40s. Let me mention you can Liberia open store in Liberia, begin cassette in Liberia. Do retail wholesale in Liberia. It is time now that they improve the business sector so our people, they're favoring the rest of the people who are invested over the years in the business sector. It is time now the avenue to be open better. That they Liberian people own their own business. It's the one good thing that I look at. And the next thing is, when he was speaking, I wanted to ask him about the challenge of the business climate in Nima, but there was no time given because if you look at the business climate in Nima, not just in Nima, but in Liberia, there are challenges. What could be those challenges?
I think he spoke from his end. Maybe you were late to join, but according to him, the major challenge that he faced currently from his loan institution is that citizens refuse to pay money. They refuse to pay back the loan, which has been one of the major challenges that the business have been facing over the years.
Yeah, if that's the case, what could be a suggestion to improve that sector? He has hotels, he has stores.
Give job to the people.
Yeah, so these are things that, and these are things I think we all can tap into the leadership, the president of the Republic of Liberia, can see the people are continuously to see how we can improve the setup. And also, asking about Tapeta, if everything around, who is Tapeta?
All right, good night.
If we can, I'm coming, gentlemen, in on this. If we can go Monrovia and build estate, you will say what we have done interpreter. That's why I ask that question. Let him go back with invest. Maybe one a hotel's interpreter, and I'll be proud about going to interpreter to see if we build interpreter. It's a good thing. And also the interest rate geo, I'm not on student loan in America. When you talk about the interest rates, I have key attention to it. And I think the government, library, central bank, the Ministry of Finance, they have to sit down to reduce that interest rate that happening in our country. Because these are things that scare the business people. These are things that scare librarian people away. So you ask a question about the money coming to librarian taking loan. Because they have people who stood by them, or we can stand by them to go to the bank. How many librarians can afford the interest rate here? You are everything 18%. So I think the government, the central bank, the Ministry of Finance, and the rest of those people, they need to sit and reduce that interest rate now from now 12% to kind of 9% or 8% to encourage the business coming to have more to be allowed to in business, in accounting. You look at the debit credit, and the bank gave it to you like a debit person to do it, right? As long you get more of those money, it gives the opportunity to get good news or goods to kind of country, then business set up a boost. We give those people 12%, 15%. How many Liberians can afford that? We look forward to the day that Liberia or Liberian will have the opportunity to take business for 10%, 5% in this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being on here tonight. The Tapeta Ambassador, veteran Marcus, want to say thank you for being here. It's been a wonderful conversation. We were in conversation tonight with Mr. Ferry Dekpa, the CEO of Dekta Incorporated or Dekta Loan Corporation in Liberia. We've been discussing the Liberian business industry with regards to his under construction a loan or microfinance institution to be established in Ganta City, Nema County. Like the CEO said, on Wednesday, we'll be hosting Senator Edwin Melvin Snow of Bombing County, and tomorrow we'll be hosting former Representative candidate of Electoral District 5, Boris Balier. Tuesday and Monday guests will be announced in the subsequent times. It's been a wonderful conversation. Have a pleasant good night from my end.